Today we're going to take another look at unit rate, unit price, and unit conversion. So first we're looking at unit rate and unit price. Some reminders, some keywords to be looking for to know that you're solving for a unit rate or a unit price. For unit rate, the word per tells you that it is a unit rate and that you are looking for one of the unit following the word per. You also might see the word unit rate written in there, which would obviously tell you you're solving for the unit rate. Unit price, again, it's basically the same thing as unit rate, except that you are solving for the price. So if you see find the price, find the unit price, that's going to mean you're finding, obviously, the unit price, but that the price should be your unknown. So that's important. The price is your unknown because you are finding the price. The other unit that is not the price will be the one in your second ratio. So, for example, when it's set up, you're going to have that initial ratio, however it's given to you in the problem. It's possible that maybe it was set up that you have your money on top and the other unit is on the bottom. That would mean your X goes where the money is because that is our unknown. And the 1 is going the other spot in the ratio for the other unit. Same thing, even if you had the money on the bottom, then that means your X would go on the bottom because your money is the unknown, the 1 goes on top. So let's look at some examples. Number 1, Michael Jordan scored 44 points in 4 quarters. How many points did he score per quarter? So the initial units that are given to us, we have points, which I already listed out there for you, and quarters, which was also listed for you. The second step, we go through and we circle those numbers that are given to us in the initial ratio. So we are given 44, which is talking about points. We put points on top. We have 4 that's talking about quarters. We put quarters on the bottom. There's no third number for us, but if we look, it says how many points did he score per quarter. The word per is telling us we're finding a unit rate, which means we are looking for 1 quarter. So quarters is on the bottom. We're going to put the 1 on the bottom, which means we are solving for the points. And if we look at the question, it says how many points. Now we just have our proportion that we're going to solve. We've got our 2 diagonals. The diagonal that has both numbers in it is the yellow diagonal here. So we're going to multiply 44 times 1, which is 44. And then we're dividing by the number that's in the same diagonal as the variable, and that equals 11. What were we solving for? Our X is on top. That was talking about points per our other unit, which was quarter. All right, let's look at the next one. Usain Bolt ran 12 meters in 30 seconds. What is the unit rate per second? So, looking at our initial ratio here, I'm finding my units. I've got 12 meters is given to me, and I've got 30 seconds is given to me. So those are my 2 units. We already wrote them there for you, just having you highlight it. Then I'm going through and I'm circling the numbers in that initial ratio. So we're given 12 and 30. The 12 is talking about meters, which we put on top. The 30 is talking about seconds, which we put on the bottom. Then the question, what is the unit rate? So we see the word unit rate per second. So that means 1. When you're finding a unit rate, it's 1. The word per tells you 1. So 1 is referring to seconds. Our seconds is on the bottom, so we're going to put 1 on the bottom, which means X goes on top. And we're going to solve this proportion. So I'm going to highlight my diagonals. And then we're going to start multiplying. The diagonal that has two numbers in it is this yellow one. So we're going to do 12 times 1, which is 12. And then we're dividing by the number that's in the same diagonal. So we're dividing by 30. 12 divided by 30 is 0.4, so 4/10. What were we solving for? Our x is on top. That matches up with meters. So 0.4 meters per our other unit, which is second. All right, then we're going to look at one more of these before we get into unit conversion. So find the following unit rates, include your units in your answers. The Lovin' Lemon Company sells 4 bottles of lemonade for $24.80. Find the unit price per bottle. So I'm going to go through, highlight the information for units given to us in the initial ratio. We've got bottles, which I already noted here, and the other unit is money. So it's not the word, but we see the dollar sign that tells us that we're talking about money. I'm going to go through and circle those numbers given to us. 4 is talking about bottles, which is on top. 24.80 is talking about money, which is on the bottom. And then the next sentence, find the unit price per bottle. So we're finding the price, that means our unknown is the money, per bottle, so per 1 bottle. I'm going to highlight my diagonals to get ready to solve. The diagonal that has 2 numbers in it this time is our pink diagonal. We've got 24.80 times 1, which equals 24.80. And we're dividing by the number that's in the same diagonal as the variable, which is the 4. So we divide that and we get 6.2. What you have to remember is, let's look at what we were solving for. We were solving for money. Anytime we have money, we should have 2 decimal values. So I'm going to add a 0 and add my unit of dollars. So $6.20 per our other unit, which is bottle. All right, so that was looking at unit price. Now we're going to look at unit conversions. Convert 480 pints to cups. So you want to practice using this conversion chart for sure, but we're also helping you on here where to find it. So let's just start with identifying the units. We've got 480 pints, so pints is one of our units. 2 cups, so cups is our other unit. So we want to figure out what that conversion is. Pints and cups, those are things that we use here in the US. Those are customary units. And capacity, that's liquid. If you think about cups, you drink from a cup. So that is liquid, that's capacity. So we're going to look under customary units, under capacity, and I see I've got my conversion right here, that 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So I'm going to fill that in. 1 pint, we have pints on top. 2 cups, we have that on the bottom. Then in the second ratio is when we're going to go look at our problem and look at the number. The number that was given to us is 480, and that's referring to pints. So we have pints on top, which means we are solving for cups. I'm going to highlight my diagonals. And we're going to multiply. The diagonal that has 2 numbers in it is this pink diagonal here, so we're going to multiply 2 times 480, which is 960. Divide by the number in the same diagonal as the variable. So divide by 1, and we get 960. What were we solving for? Our x is on the bottom. We were solving for cups. That's what it matches up with. All right, one more. Convert 10 pounds to kilograms. So let's identify the units that we're talking about here. We've got 10 pounds, so pounds is the first one. And we've got kilograms as our second one here. So pounds, that's stuff that we use here in the US. Kilograms, that's part of the metric system. So we're converting between customary and metric. If you think about pounds, that has to do with your weight. So it should be under the weight category. So customary to metric is on the bottom. Weight is over here. I see the conversion right there. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, which we also listed right here. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So, kilograms is on the bottom, so our 1 is going on the bottom. Pounds is on top, so 2.2 is going on top. Then we go back to see the number given to us. 10 is talking about pounds. Pounds is on top, so 10 goes on top, which means we are solving for kilograms on the bottom. We're going to highlight those diagonals. And then we're going to multiply. So the diagonal that has 2 numbers in it is the pink. So 1 times 10 is 10. And we're going to divide by the number that's in the same diagonal as the variable. Divide, oopsies, by 2.2, not 2.5. When we divide that, we get 4.5454 and so on, which is going to round to about 4.5. What were we solving for? X is talking about kilograms. You can write it out, or I'm just writing kg. And that's it. So really, I think the setup of this isn't so bad. It's more so figuring out where to find it on this chart, but everything should be able to be found on there. So if you need help with it, let your teacher know.